Hi, my name is Ray Cardenas. I'm a business advisor here at SEA International, Immigration Consultants. And here with us is Lina Gonzalez, licensed immigration advisor. And we're going to ask her some of the most frequently asked questions that the employers here in New Zealand have been asking regarding the changes that Immigration New Zealand has announced recently. Okay, Lina. So the first thing that employers are asking, what are these changes and when will they come into effect?
Okay, that's a very good question. The first change that we will see from the 19th of July is the increase in the median wage. So basically salary, in order to apply for a 3-year visa and sponsor family members, will have to be $27 per hour from the 19th of July. The second main question is the new accreditation process from employers that will become compulsory from the 1st of November this year. If you would like to sponsor people, if you would like to sponsor migrants to work for your company, they will have to earn from the 19th of July $27 per hour, and from the 1st of November this year you will have to become an accredited employer.
Okay, so having said this, does this mean that I have to pay my current migrant employers $27 per hour from July the 19th?
No, they don't have to pay them $27 per hour for those current migrants or employees that are currently working for you on work visas. You don't have to pay that. You can still pay them whatever amount are you paying at the moment. However, if you are planning to sponsor new migrants for work visas from the 19th of July, you have to pay them $27 per hour in order to get 3-year visas, or if you're paying less than that amount, they will only get 1-year visa and they won't be able to sponsor the family members.
Okay, so what should I do? Do I need to go and check the visa status of my current employees?
Yes, that's actually a very good idea. We would highly recommend to start checking what's the visa conditions and especially when is the expiry date for those current employees that you have at the moment holding work visas. We are recommending and highly recommending actually to apply for new visas before the 19th of July for those of you people that have expiry dates or visas expiries within the next year or 2 years. Why is this important? Because if you are not willing to pay them $27 per hour in the future when their visas will expire, or if you are not willing to become an accredited employer under the new system, you are not willing to do the whole process, it's actually quite a good idea to try to secure them now to work for you and to have a visa linked to your particular company for the next 3 years. So definitely, Ray, the invitation today is for you to please check the conditions of your current employees, but also call them for them to actually have ownership into the whole process, because of course this is a shared responsibility. It's to do with how you're going to secure your people for longer, but it's also a responsibility from the actual applicant, for the actual migrant, who will need to have a plan for the next 3 years or so. So it's quite important that you work together, and that's why we are here to help you, but also to help your employees, your applicants or the potential applicants, so that we can secure for them the best deal basically with the current condition and the current immigration instructions that are valid at the moment.
Okay, we all know that $27, the new median wage, will be very hard to beat. What will happen when the time comes to apply for a new visa and I'm not willing to pay $27?
Right, I mean, if you would still like to sponsor someone with a salary of less than $27 per hour from the 19th of July, of course you can continue to sponsor those people, but they will only receive a visa for 1 year and they won't be able to sponsor family members, partners or children. The other thing that is important to remember is for those clients that are getting lower pay jobs, that's how they define it from immigration purposes, they will be subject to a stand down period. Basically, that means that they won't be able to continue with a lower paid visa or with a visa paying less than $27 per hour for longer than 3 years, and they will have to either leave the country or change the visa conditions at that time. And at the time when they will have to renew that 1-year visa, you will have to hold the accreditation, the new accreditation process, in order to sponsor them for another year.
Okay, so now talking about this new accreditation process, what will it look like and how much will it cost for me as an employer?
Sure. Right, we don't have all the details yet. We know that the accreditation process will depend on how many people you will employ and you will sponsor per year how many migrants you want to sponsor per year. If you want to sponsor less than 5, the accreditation will be the standard process. That's how immigration will call it. If you want to sponsor more than 5 migrants per year, you will be in the high volume category. Or if you are a labor hire company or a franchise company, there will be another process or another system for those particular type of companies. We don't know how much it will cost. That will be a development that we are still waiting from immigration in the next coming month. We know that it will be compulsory from the 1st of November this year, but the accreditation system itself will be open from late September this year. With the accreditation process, what immigration actually wants is to basically check whether this particular employer supporting migrant is actually compliant with Employment Act and also with Immigration Act. They also want to see whether the company is financially sustainable to be able to support or guarantee a visa for someone for 3 years. They want to make sure that you can actually pay your people for the next 3 years if you are sponsoring someone for 3 years or 1 year, for instance.
So what if I'm not granted the new accreditation, or that the cost is so expensive that I decide not to go forward with it?
Right, that's a very fair question. Remember that for those of you people, for those of your employees that are currently work visa holders, the conditions won't change. They can continue working for your particular company without any problem whatsoever, and you can continue employing them as long as they have a valid visa. However, when the time comes and they will have to renew their visas or apply for a new visa, if you are not an accredited employer, you won't be able to sponsor them. It's also quite important to remember that you can still employ migrants that are not linked to the company. For instance, if you are employing student visa holders that are able to work 20 hours per week, or people with work visas that are open. And by open, I mean that they are not linked to a particular employer and they can work for any employer in New Zealand. For instance, people with partnership visas or post-study work visas, you can actually employ them, and you don't have to become an accredited employer from the 1st of November if you only want to employ those type of applicants.
So let's say I hold the current accreditation. Do I still need to go for the new one?
Yes, that's what actually immigration have signaled. If you are currently an accredited employer, that will not roll automatically into the new system, into the new accreditation. You will have to become accredited under the new system. I guess it will be a bit simpler, perhaps, because you may have documents that may be relevant for this process, but you will have to do the process once again.
We know that this information may be confusing at times, and that's what we're here for. We want to work with you and your team members to be that link with Immigration New Zealand.
That's right, Ray. And also, we know that employers in New Zealand are facing one of the hardest shortage of labor ever seen in this country. And that's why it's a good idea to try to talk to us. The first consultation is absolutely free. We can guide you and precisely guide you people, your employees, to make sure that we make the right call, the right decision at this crucial time, and guarantee that you can secure staff for longer, for at least 3 years, and you have that stability that you are needing at the moment.
Well, thank you so much, Lina.
My pleasure.
I hope this was clear for everyone. We look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely, and we want to be your partner to be able to navigate through all these things. See you next time. Bye-bye.